Thanks so much for coming to Goddess Garden, where you grow within and out. Today we are doing a quick harvest because I'm going to make some eggplant lasagna. Let's go. Alright, we're going to come right over here to this basil. This is a spicy globe basil and it has a nice flavor to it. I'm going to try to get some of it without disturbing these babies right here. So I'll just show you the harvest. I'm gonna come over here and harvest some of these sweet potato leaves. Harvest a lot of them. Obviously you can tell that I've been harvesting. Well, not necessarily, but the sweet potato leaves are edible. And they taste so good, y'all. Like literally, it does taste similar to spinach. It tastes very similar to spinach. They're a really good substitute for spinach. Look at this milky substance. It's like the milk from it. You can tell from the sweet potato leaves. Super awesome. I'm using these in my plant-based ricotta cheese. So to act more like a spinach. Because usually I use spinach inside of the plant-based ricotta, but I don't have any spinach. So I'm going to use what I have. And that's what you guys need to know. You use what you have to get where you want to get. You don't need land to grow what you are eating. You use what you have. You start on the balcony. Start indoors. There's plenty of gardeners that's actually growing indoors. I mean, that's where seeds actually start. And also, that's a lot of produce that you eat in a grocery store is actually grown indoors. I mean, it doesn't have as much nutrients in there as you growing it outdoors in the soil, though. I will say that. But at the end of the day, something is better than nothing. So you're going to have to start somewhere. And everything that you start in can be grown in pots. Even if you have a backyard. Do something that's more important. Like, you got to start asking yourself, okay, if you have a swing set, is that more important than you growing your own food and you actually showing your children how to grow their own food? I don't know. You got to ask that for yourself. Answer it for yourself, you know? And there's people that actually has a land. A whole lot of land. There's people that actually has a backyard. You don't have to need acres to grow your own food. Although we've seen it on YouTube. But no, you don't need acres to grow your own food, y'all. You can start where you're at. You gotta practice somewhere. Use what you have to get where you want to go in life. Use your weight, what you have now, to get where you want to go. This can be your teaching, your practice, Because guess what? When you get the land, you're going to have to start all over. And you're going to have to observe your land. You're going to see where your fertile soil is. Because these so-called weeds will actually tell you what type of soil you have. Those weeds growing there, so-called weeds, I don't call them weeds, only Bermuda grass. I call Bermuda grass a weed. But those herbs, yeah, those are herbs that you guys are calling weeds. They're growing there for a reason. They grow there for a reason. Everything is a reason. Everything. They're planted there for a reason. Oh man, I'm dropping them. Let me go put this in a bowl. But yeah, y'all, it's growing there for a reason. And you just let them grow because they're actually building your soil up. When I say let some of it grow, they show up there for a reason. Remember, you're gonna in life life want to give you what you need. Even the trials and tribulations that you go through in life is there. You went through it for a reason, and you just got to figure out why. You know, you have to really figure out your why, because you don't want to put yourself there. I don't know if you want to put yourself there again, but you just got to figure out your why, because change is really good. That's if you're bettering yourself, you know, because sometimes change can be an experience that may push you to a situation that you shouldn't be in. But if you are sit back and observe the situation and, you know, start asking yourself these why questions. I don't mean to say ask yourself these why questions. Just go and sit and meditate, or go somewhere in nature and you just figure it out. And that's been serious. You just have to just figure it out. Like I say, everything happens for a reason. You don't go through anything in life for no reason. But you gotta be wanting that urgency, that change. All right, y'all. So this is my small harvest. So I got some sweet potato leaves, some basil and thyme in here, and this Rosa Bianca eggplant. I got a couple of them in the house, so I'm just gonna make my lasagna, my eggplant, plant-based lasagna. And this sweet potato leaves is going to be my substitute for spinach for the plant-based ricotta. So yeah, and if it's not enough, I'm just gonna throw some pasta in there, you know, to bulk it up. All right, check this out, y'all. Look at that. The greens all came from the garden. The peppers came from the garden. So yeah, this came from the garden. Look at that. Oh, so good. Ooh, check out that lasagna, that eggplant lasagna, y'all. Shout out to the garden. Yeah, the lasagna, the eggplant lasagna. This is gluten-free, dairy-free, meat-free. It's plant-based, okay? All right, y'all, let me close this wonderful video out. Be sure to have a wonderful, abundantly good day, and let peace flow within you, where you could transmute that energy out continually to be peaceful. But make sure you could turn over when you got to, but not all the way up. All right, y'all. Peaceful. Peace.